once upon a time, a beautiful maiden said yes. And you could see the joy in her eyes that very moment. Everyone jubilated with them far and beyond. I suppose that her yes meant freedom for all. They were young, but they were willing to make love. This union would birth a romance. And everybody was anticipating for this union. And it was though they were ready to embrace their diverse differences that connected them to their roots. They were ready to build from the scratch and gather the ruins. They wanted a new name, to become a different people. They longed for freedom. And then the storms began. Because it was as though Arewa was given a dream by Oshelu to hold with care and devotion. But she had no part in that vision.
It was though it was yesterday when the white man gave me hot chase. In my mind, the day was dark. I had not seen the light because we had sex all day in his chamber. Arewa, would you bring back your bloody self here now? He screamed at me. His giant footsteps were my mules to run even harder. I guess he didn't shoot because of the hole in between my legs. They were too sweet for him. Who would want to lose me?
Freedom gave them hope. But the man strangled it and put it in a cage where he had access to it anytime he wanted. I think that was where the war began. Arewa began to long for the same love that cuddled her all night. Oshelu began to go for meetings upon meetings. He took prostitutes, foreign prostitutes. He sold and sold to them, took them as wives. He took them as wives. You know what really blows my mind? The war never ended. Arewa began to give birth to children who didn't know who their father was.
I remember when he took me through the ocean. He caressed and cuddled me from behind. I forgot the scars I had when I heard his heartbeat. His soft skin gave me warmth and peace. At the bank of the river, we made love. The rush, and then the quick calm. As his hands glide through the middle of my breast, he told me his dreams in a simple sentence. I want to lead our nation. I want to have babies with you, Arewa. I want to have sons and daughters that would be kings and queens of our land. Even though my back was already on the ground, at that moment, I fell in love again. His charm was so promising. His words were so resounding. I never knew I would walk through this ocean alone, and there would be no one to call my own. To think that he told me that I had his heart forever. 60 and more years later, Oshelu, you gunned down our children on the streets. I should have seen it in your eyes the day you saved me. The way you slayed the white man. If I had known one day you would slay me too.
What do you want me to do? We burn history. That's what we do. Our stories are ours. And you have no right to retell it. You should have warned your children not to search for assumed truths. You of all people know how hard we fought
for the freedom of our nation. You became the demon that once chained us. The lies our taskmasters told us.
Ah, you are just being hypocritical, Arewa. You did not smoke pipes and cigars with us anymore. You did not club out anymore. You should have enjoyed the cloth we wore back in 1960. Corruption! We wear corruption. It is sewn into the very fabric of who we are.
You lie! You lie! Oshelu, you have given my children a bitter truth. You removed history from their minds. The dreams they told me with pride when they were young, you shattered. Where are your promises? Where are they? Are they the roles you couldn't maintain or the hardship you are subjected to? Woo! Woo! Ole Barawo!
My children,
Baba,
I want you to put what I'm about to tell you in your heart. You see, some people try to get into the most subtle forms and into the most fragile places in your heart. And they hustle to get in there. They try as much as possible to penetrate it. Some people would use subtle forms like smiles, gifts, power, money, and influence. And then you are worried because you don't want them to come into the evil and the corruptness of your heart. But then you let them in and you take a stroll. And when you come back and open the doors of your heart, you find the devil himself sitting inside your heart. That's when you realize that you have allowed the demons of all demons into your space.
You became the devil we ran away from.
Ah, you were weak. You were weak. Ah! I had dreams for this nation. And you stopped believing in me and there was no reason to struggle.
When did you start living in rugs and comforts that you forgot the streets that made you?
I hustled my way up. Even I had to run away from the life I hated because I did not want to experience it anymore.
Is that why you became a tyrant? You gave your thugs uniforms and guns. You spilled the blood of your own on the streets of their motherland. Oshelu, you are selfish and evil.
I am not the one fighting a war that has been lost even before it began.
They will win this war against you. It may take a little bit of time, but they will. You think they hid under the rock like the coward that you are? You took away the lights. You damaged the road because you couldn't even construct it well. Their schools are in wreck and yet you want to take away the freedom they live by?
Enough!
What have you ever done for this nation? What have you ever done?
You want to know what I've done all these years? Without you, we would be no more. We only exist because we are the problem. I am not a virus. I contained it. Corruption has eaten into the very fabric of the society, and even your children plead and beg for the wages they get from us. Are we the cutlasses in their hands? Are we the guns in their hands?
Are you not feeling the heat? You are close to hell and yet you lie!
Arewa, I am not your problem.
Who then is the problem of our darling nation?
look into my eyes, Father. I am the nation that you deprived of a mother. I am the new you, since you would love your old self.
I am you that you can never become. I am the light our streets need. I am the shine on the hill. I am the nation your greed couldn't birth.
The lives you promised, full of mirage. And I hope in your old age, when you see me commission the nation we really desire, then we shall have in our hands the hope that we admire.
admire.